Hi everyone, welcome to Come Color Canvas. Today we are going to draw this beautiful picture.
Taken a canvas size of 3508 times 2480 pixels. You can choose your own canvas size. Just try to keep it in mind that as it is drawn in a landscape mode, you have to make sure that the dimensions of your width is more than the dimension of your height.
This layer I have used medium brush under airbrushing from the brush library with 3 to 4% size, and I have painted on both sides of the canvas, leaving a small portion on top which is bit white. Apart from that small portion that you can see on top, I have painted top one third part of the canvas with a very light blue, and then I have blurred it to 25 to 34% around to get that effect of the sky. You can go up with the blurring till 37 to 42% also, and later I have reduced the opacity of this layer to 84 to 87% to give to this display of the sky. Now in the new layer I will be drawing a very further background of this picture. So from left to right I'll be using leatherwood brush from Artistic and in the brush library with size nearly 4 to 5%, color 6CA282, and I'll be drawing longer lines towards the left and right side of the canvas, and I'll be drawing shorter lines in the middle of the canvas, and then I will blur it by using Gaussian blur under adjustments so that it creates an effect of perspective, that the sides that you are seeing are towards us and with the middle section is far away from us. In a new layer with a slightly deeper green color with hex number of that color is 007336, and using the same leatherwood brush and going through the canvas using the same kind of strokes from top to bottom and longer lines towards the both sides of the canvas and shorter lines towards the middle of the canvas, I am painting this new layer, and I will blur it maybe 8 to 9% using Gaussian blur to give a further deeper background to the forest. So after this we are going to create a new layer on which we will be painting the ground, the earth below this
with color D4A041, and I have painted it in
trapezoid shape
with slanted lines meeting towards the center from both the left and the right side to give the same effect of perspective. And then I will use a slightly bit darker color than that and paint on the right side and the left side along the slanted line to give the effect that it is darker below the trees, and also a little bit also in the front, and everything has been done with leatherwood brush under Artistic.
On a new layer, now we will draw very thin lines from bottom to top using airbrushing medium brush. Using medium brush under airbrushing from brush library with size like 2% or 1%. They will be very thin lines, and we are going to draw them from bottom to top, and you can draw as many lines as you want, or you can follow the way I have done, and it will be across from left to right in the just in front of those dark green patches of line. These thin lines are going to represent the trees which are farther away in the background. The color that I have used is 7E6564, which you can enter into the value of your color wheel. After I am done drawing these lines in this color, next I will pick another color which is a bit darker than this and draw few more lines beside those lighter color lines, and with the same brush to give the effect that the forest is dense. And because they are a bit far away, so they are a bit lighter, you can reduce slight bit of opacity then I will take a very thin brush. You can either choose HB pencil or under sketching, or you can use monoline under calligraphy and draw thin branches with size maybe 1%, draw thin branches on these trees. In a new layer, we will take the leatherwood brush from artistic, and like with 2% around, we will pick the color light yellow from the color wheel with number which you can put the value as EDC162 and draw with leatherwood brush the patches. You can see it's a bit slanted, and if you follow the pattern on which the way I am drawing, that would make it easier for you to put the leaves in the right place. Just follow where I am putting the strokes. After this, I'll use the green color 669979 along with on top of the yellow and also on beside that yellow color to give the impression of leaves which are a bit far away, and then I'll blur it very slight, like 2 to 3%. Okay, in a new layer, you can enter the value in your color wheel as 3B283D. It will be a dark purple, and I'll be drawing trees same as 2-layer previous. This time this is a bit darker purple, and it with strokes from bottom to top, and medium brush under airbrushing and size like 2% around. I'll be drawing lots of quite a like 5-6 trees like that, and also I'll be drawing trees with dark blue with value 2C405E beside this dark purple trees, and I will be using monoline from calligraphy to draw thin branches on these trees. And I have gone to a light yellow which I have used previously and a very light green, and I am drawing with size 1 of leatherwood brush some patches of leaves on this newly drawn trees on this particular layer. So if you can follow the pattern in which I am following with the green and the light yellow, you can draw your own leaves on this newly formed trees. So now with a darker green, you can pick any darker green, and with leatherwood brush in a new layer, I'll be drawing this green around the canvas. You just follow the patterns where I'm drawing, so that will give an effect of trees having this green leaves. So you have to draw this green leaves on this new layer, and you have to position this new layer below the layer with dark purple trees that you have just drawn, and some of the green leaves you have to draw on the layer where there is this dark purple trees.
If you have liked the videos, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. And if you have really enjoyed and learned something,
Please share it with your friends too, so that along with you they also can learn to paint wonderful pictures in Procreate.
After this, I have started drawing leaves with the same leatherwood brush, and 1% to 2% size leaves with orange color. The color value is EB9600, and I am drawing it in slanted direction to give it the effect of foliage growing on the tree. Then you can go and select a much darker orange and draw on that lighter orange to give the feeling of autumn leaves, and that they are this orange leaves, you have to draw it on a new layer so that it is on top of those purple trees, and they give that autumn forest feeling. After I am done with this darker orange, I will select a shade of red and also draw with the leatherwood brush of 2% size on this orange color, so as to give the effect of some are darker orange autumn leaves, some are lighter, some are closer to us, some are farther away from us. So to give these effects, I have chosen 3 different shades of orange. I mean 2 different shades of orange and 1 shade of red. So just follow along the patterns in which I am making those orange leaves, and that sometimes I am doing a horizontal stroke, sometimes I am doing a slanted stroke, so that will help you to understand where you have to draw these leaves. And for the red color, I have used very small size, like I think so 1%, and I am drawing that on top only of the orange leaves, and sometimes on the lighter orange or on the darker orange. So with that red color, I am going to paint some more strokes both on the left and right side of the canvas, maybe with a size like 2 to 3% of the leatherwood brush. You can adjust the size according to your wish and just paint on the just like the pattern that I am doing on the screen. So that will help you to create that diverse leaves, colors effect on the scene. After this red color, I have painted mostly on both the sides of the canvas. I will choose another dark maroon color with the value of the color is 60250B, and I will be painting with the same leatherwood brush on top of the red and also around in slanted strokes, sometimes in horizontal strokes. This will give the effect that the entire forest is in the autumn season, while there are some trees which still are having green leaves, but most of them are either orange or yellow and very soon will fall off from the trees. Now in a new layer, I will choose a dark blue color with value 2C405E, and I will, with medium brush and airbrushing, I will use them with a size like 2 to 3% and draw these trees. Some I might go back and draw on that dark purple tree layer. And with a very thin brush, you can use 6B or HB pencil from sketching or monoline from calligraphy, and with 1% size you can draw the branches on these blue trees. Now with the even darker blue, I'll do some shading on these blue trees so that they have that feeling of spherical shape, because they are
not just 2D shape, it's a 3D shape, so you need to put some darker colors on these trees to give it a feeling of that cylindrical shape. And I will also draw with that dark purple with value 3B283D some purple thick trees in this particular layer too, and some maybe in the layer below where the original dark purple trees were there, to give an effect of some trees are very much closer to us while some others are behind. So I will now repeat the process of drawing these trees. Either if they are on this layer which is on the top, I'll draw a bit thicker trees with dark blue or dark purple color, or I will draw a bit thinner trees on the layer which had the original purple trees. I think so 2 or 3 layers below. So I will increase the number of trees to make the forest look dense. So you can either use the dark purple or the dark blue to draw these trees and to create the effect of a dense forest. Now in a new layer, using a new brush known as Snow Gum under Organic in the brush library, and with size nearly about 2%, I'll be using dark blue, sometimes dark green, and also sometimes dark purple to give some shade on the earth or the ground below. And I'll start it from the right side, and also I'll do some on the left, and it'll be horizontal strokes, whereas the strokes are not all of equal length. So just follow along how it is shown on the screen, and you have to change the color from blue. Some will be blue, some will be dark green, and some will be like, and very thin lines of purple. So that will give an effect of like the shadow of the tree and the leaves are falling on the ground, and also an effect of like little bit of grass growing on the forest floor. Now in a new layer, I'll be going and creating a new layer, and with a brush called Paper Daisy under Organic, you will choose darker green color, and with a size nearly like 7%. First with darker green, block with that brush some of the sides of the right and the left in a slanted line, and then on that dark green use a bit lighter green and use that to create the bush effect on both the slanted lines of left and right. And after that is done, use another lighter green to draw on that mid-tone green to give the effect that there are a lot of bush or small plants growing in front of the trees. Now in a new layer, I will be drawing a beam of yellow light. So you can choose any light color of yellow, and you have to put the new layer in the mode Add. So in that mode, using a light color of yellow and with medium brush under airbrushing, the size of 5%, you can draw a slant line. The top part may be 5%, but the bottom has to be a bit more, so you can use for the bottom 7% of the same brush. so that you know you have to draw a slanted line which will be in the shape of a cone, so that it shows that the light is passing through from the sky and falling on the floor of the forest. And after that you can keep adjusting with the how many number of trees you want to draw or how many number of bushes you want to paint. It's all up to you. And then I think so your marvelous picture is all done. If you have liked it and if you think you have learned anything from this video, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button, so that every time I upload a new video tutorial you can come back and watch and learn something more.